clinics on pickleball for younger people, which would be really a great thing for kids, teens and kids.
I believe that either he or his wife is a state official in
Yeah, Mike is a
pickleball?
state official for.
Okay. So they have the ability to bring tournaments here if we can get them a
they
facility.
do.
Thank you. I'd like to see what we can do to move that thing forward.
Okay.
Jennifer?
I don't know.
Michael?
I just wanted to mention that it's a very, very small world. The judge that married my brother and sister-in-law down in Tucson was actually John Roll, who was murdered.
Oh, no.
And he's actually the uncle of my sister-in-law. And it's really interesting how small a world it is sometimes. But I just wanted to say that, send my official condolences, and certainly I hope that it doesn't cast a pall. I mean, from what I can understand, the individual who murdered him was not playing with a full deck, from what I can understand. So certainly I hope it doesn't cast a pall on a full political discourse that we have. But certainly there always needs to be respect for the other side. I appreciate that. No other items for me.
Thank you. And we did, if anybody noticed, all of the flagstaffs were taken to half-staff today by order of the governor, I think through the 14th of the month. I think we officially fall under the list of other governmental entities, since we only orders down the state funds and that type of stuff, but we're taking all of ours down as well. So, Paul? Rod?
I guess I'd just go with what Mike just said, though. That police chief in Rainier getting killed is, you know, it just has to bring back to us that in a small community, we don't know who's going to be involved or responding and answering that call. So those guys don't put their lives on the lines every day, but they don't know when that next date is going to be. So, and I do appreciate the fact that the city has shown respect to all of these things. So,
And just so you know ahead of time, last week when that news first came out, the next day I made sure and touch base with the chief that I fully expected that we would have a vehicle going to the services. He does have both himself and at least one other officer who are going on their own time. There will be one of our vehicles and fuel used for it, but other than that, they will be attending that service this Friday, both from Rainier to Portland, and then back here, and also expressed my disappointment with the chief if he wasn't the one driving the vehicle. So,
well, I just want to state that I know that the budgets are tight, and we always worry about these things. But you know, if it was our show here, and all of a sudden, you'd be amazed at how many other agencies that are way smaller and way larger would be here for us. And so I don't want to lose that contact. That it may cost us a few bucks to send somebody over there, kind of thing, but it's the right thing to do, and it's honoring their people that serve, and we would get the same thing in return, and without question, unlimited amount of what can we do to help. And so I appreciate the fact that Washougal is in the same boat, doing that the other way.
thank you. Molly?
Yeah, I'd like to just kind of mention the Tucson incident too, because as many of you may not know, Tucson, I consider Tucson my hometown. I lived there for 30 years, went to high school and college there, went through all of that, owned a couple of businesses in Tucson, and so it was especially disturbing to me with the incident that occurred. And having listened to the radio, you know, in the last couple of days and a lot of the talk radio, the word that I think we need to all keep in mind is compassion. So that we need to have compassion not only for the families involved, for the young man that committed the murders, and really start to look at the way we treat each other, even if we're on polar opposite viewpoints, with some compassion. So that's going to be my goal for this year.
Any department heads, anything else that we failed to bring up tonight?
In regards to the public hearing on January 3rd, there was some recommendations on the roadway construction zone. and a few minor changes, so I'm working with finance as far as getting that posted and published. Also, there's criteria in there about work with the contractor and their recommendations on where it's posted, speed reduction, all of those different components, so it is in the works, if you haven't seen anything out there already, so.
Okay, we're adjourned.
So I text my wife and said, take.
You better hope she is. It's happening.
It's okay, I mean.
Oh, it is?
You better hope she
It's
is.
just really hit my brother pretty.
Oh, I'm gonna go do a couple hours worth of
Yeah,
code
sure you are.
revisions.
But don't stop by Safeway.
He
pick
told me
up
the
a-
story of what happens as far as
Oh, absolutely.
Now,
They
you
haven't even
might be still
talked
busy
about
there
it.
at halftime, things that have ran out of certain things.
From what I,
Stop
say it.
Agony, they're going
That's why Safeway
Yeah.
was so busy.
Exactly, so.
I was there to grab a
From what I can tell, the guy sounds like.
Thank you a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and left.
Yeah, totally.
Which is funny, the first thing everybody does is opposite of.
You think,
Yeah.
just so interesting.
Salivate over that.
That individual that made that decision. They didn't make that decision. And they're,
Oh, yeah. they'll do that.
5 for 20 as well.
Yeah.
Big
There was actually a.
your team,
They don't have a 5 for 20?
and Florida wins, it's worth even bigger bucks. So, cheer for the Ducks.
So.
And the title actually said she's.
Closet, in the closet.
Yeah. See, yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's the state
That
farm.
wasn't picked up very widely.
No, definitely not.
State farm office in the front, in the back.
And all of the left they were looking for an excuse to drag Sarah Palin. And they just